Hello all, now we'll discuss the next key term called liberty. So before going to it, I would like to explain the literal meaning of liberty. See, what is the meaning of liberty or liberalism? See, liberty means the absence of restrictions or the absence of restraints is called as liberty. That means the human beings are allowed to live according to their wish. Am I clear? So that is the general meaning of liberty. Okay. So the term liberty means the absence of restraints on the activities of the individuals, and at the same time providing opportunities for the development of individual personalities. So it is called as liberty. So liberty includes two things. One is absence of restraints on the activities of the individuals plus providing opportunities for the development of individual personalities is called as liberty, right? So the preamble of the Constitution secures to all the citizens of India liberty of thought, meaning they are independent to think, to have a thought, and expression. It may be through speech, through advertisement, through newspaper, etc. And they are free, they are independent to believe, to have faith and worship. Yes or no? So these liberties, what are the liberties that are ensured by the preamble of the Constitution? Liberty of thought, liberty of expression, liberty of belief, liberty of faith and worship, right? So these liberties are ensured through fundamental rights. Yes or no? And of course, fundamental rights are justiciable in nature. What is the meaning of justiciability? I discussed in my previous videos. Please go visit, right? So the thing is, these fundamental rights are enforceable in court of law in case of violation. Therefore, there is a guarantee for all the liberties which are mentioned in the Indian Constitution, okay, by the enforcement of fundamental rights, okay. And of course, liberty is very essential for the successful functioning of a democratic system. Yes or no? If there is no freedom of expression, if there is no freedom of thought or freedom of belief, then democracy will become inefficient. Because the main fundamental element of democracy, or the main key element of democracy, is a dissent from the people. Okay? Without dissent, we cannot imagine the democracy. Okay? That dissent is ensured by the freedom of expression, which is one of the liberties. Am I clear? Right. Then, however, do you think that liberty means an individual can do anything? No. So liberty does not mean license to do what one likes. Okay? And has to be enjoyed within the limitations mentioned in the Constitution itself. Okay? Meaning, liberty doesn't mean that individual can do anything. Okay? In the Indian context, liberty means an individual has to enjoy his or her freedoms within the framework of the Constitution. Am I clear? That means Constitution has imposed some restrictions on the liberty or individual activities. Okay? So in brief, the liberty conceived by the preamble or fundamental rights is not absolute but qualified. Not absolute means the people are not given free hand. There are some restrictions because every one of us should enjoy their freedom. So it is necessary to restrict the freedoms of every individual, okay, to establish a society with coordination. Am I clear? Right. So the ideals of liberty, equality and fraternity in our preamble have been taken from the French Revolution. Okay. So the idea of social justice, economic justice and political justice have been taken from Russian Revolution, right? And the ideals of liberty, equality and fraternity have been taken from French Revolution. So am I clear? Right. And the next keyword is equality. So what is equality? So equality means absence of special privileges to any section of the society and provisions of adequate opportunities for all individuals without any discrimination. So this is the meaning of equality. So here equality includes two things. Number one, absence of special privileges to any section of the society, and number two, providing adequate opportunities to all individuals without any discrimination is called as equality. So please remember these definitions, very very important. Okay, so the preamble secures to all citizens of India equality of status and equality of opportunity, right? So this provision, which is called as equality, comprises three things. One is civic equality, political equality, and economic equality. Okay, so the provisions in the fundamental rights of the part 3 of the Indian Constitution ensures civic equality. For example, civic equality means equality among the citizens. Okay, for example, equality before law ensures civic equality, and prohibition of discrimination on the grounds of religion, race, caste, gender, or place of birth, and equality of opportunity in matters of public employment, and abolition of untouchability. So all these provisions which are mentioned in the fundamental rights ensures the civic equality. Am I clear? Then abolition of titles. Okay, right? Next, so political equality. Now we will see the political equality. What are the provisions that ensures the political equality? In India, no person is to be declared ineligible for inclusion into electoral rolls. Electoral rolls means voters list on grounds of religion, race, and caste or gender, according to Article 325. Okay, so Article 325 ensures political equality. Am I clear? And the second provision in the Constitution which ensures the political equality is elections to the Lok Sabha and the state assemblies to be on the basis of adult suffrage. Am I clear? That means every person has one vote, one value. They can elect the members to the parliament as well as the state legislative assemblies by participating in the elections. So these two articles, Article 325 and Article 326 and many other articles which are mentioned in the Constitution, ensures the political equality. So fundamental rights ensures civic equality, equality among the citizens. For example, equality before law and equal treatment of the people before the law, by the law. Yes or no? Yes. The next, economic equality. If you talk about economic equality, directive principles of state policy, particularly Article 39, says that men and women have equal right to an adequate means of livelihood and equal pay for equal work. Am I clear? Yes. Article 39 says that state should strive to provide livelihood for both men and women as well as equal pay for equal work for both men and women. So in this way, the Constitution or the preamble of the Constitution talks about the equality. It says that equality includes three aspects: civic equality, economic equality, and political equality. So civic equality is ensured by the fundamental rights, and economic equality is ensured by the Article 39 of the Directive Principles of State Policy, and Article 325 and 326 ensures the political equality. Okay, am I clear? Right. In the next video, we will discuss another key term called fraternity. Okay, thank you very much.